Welcome back, everyone. This is Metal Rocker 86. Here again, another week, another review. It's time for another Motley Crue review. So let's pay a visit to Dr. Feelgood. I don't think I need to give Motley Crue's backstory again, but if you'd like to hear it, please go watch my review of Girls, Girls, Girls. On to the album. Dr. Feelgood is Motley Crue's fifth studio album, and it was released on August 28th of 1989. It was the last album to be recorded with Vince Neil before he took a break from the band and then returned in 1997. It ranked as high as first in the US, fourth in the UK, and fifth in Australia and New Zealand. It is a 6-time platinum in the US, a 3-time platinum in Canada, a platinum in Australia, and a gold in the UK and Switzerland. It consists of 11 songs and altogether is about 45 minutes long. On vocals, rhythm guitar, harmonica, and shakers is Vince Neil. On lead guitar and backing vocals is Mick Mars. On bass, except for one song, backing vocals, and piano and organ for one song is Nikki Sixx. And finally, on drums and backing vocals is Tommy Lee. Now on to the songs, all of which were written by Nikki Sixx. It starts with a short instrumental to act as an intro for Dr. Feelgood. It's called TNT, Terror in Tinseltown. Instrumentation. It starts off with a drum, and then it goes into a warm-up guitar, and then it goes into an ambulance distress call, and finally a crash. This was a really good intro for the album, and it leads into the album's title song, Dr. Feelgood, which was also released as a single. This one is up-tempo. Instrumentation. The main focus is on the guitar and bass, and they're very hard, but you can also hear the drums in the background, and I really like the solo in this one. The lyrics describe a drug dealer who Nikki Sixx would go to in LA to get supplies. This was a great song on the album, and it really gets you pumped. Now the tempo starts off slow, and speeds up as time goes on in Slice of Your Pie. Instrumentation. It starts off with a guitar intro that's pretty soft for about 20 seconds. Then the background drums come in and the bass and guitar get much harder. The tempo then slows down around the 2-minute and 45-second mark and the guitar riff changes a little. I should probably not describe the lyrics in this day and age, but it was a great song on the album. Now this next one is up-tempo. It's called Rattlesnake Shake. Instrumentation. I love the energy from the guitars in this one, and they really get you rocking, but you can also hear the drums in the background. The song ends with some margarita horns. This is another one I should probably not describe the lyrics for in this day and age, but it was an amazing song on the album. Now the tempo really speeds up as we get to my favorite song on the album, Kickstart My Heart, and it was also released as a single. Instrumentation. The guitars are the main focus in this one, and they will really get you rocking and into a headbang, but you can also hear the drums in the background. There is a quiet part for a bit, but the energy returns soon after. Originally, this song was not going to be included on the album, and Nikki Sixx thought of it as a throwaway, but after listening to it, he realized it was a perfect fit. The lyrics were inspired when Nikki Sixx had an overdose and he had to be injected with adrenaline. This was an amazing song on the album. Now the tempo slows down as we get to Without You, which was also released as a single. Instrumentation. It starts off with a guitar intro that sounds somewhat soothing, and there are also some background drums. The guitars get quiet for the verse, but they return in the chorus, and the solo is very nice. The song was inspired by the relationship between Tommy Lee and Heather Locklear, who were dating at the time. This was another good song on the album. Now the tempo really speeds up as we get to Same Old Situation, SOS, and it was also released as a single. Instrumentation. The main focus is on the guitar and bass, which are very hard and will really get you rocking, but you can also hear the drums in the background. As for the solo, you will be rocking out when you hear this one. The lyrics describe a woman who's leaving a guy for another woman, and this was another great song on the album. Now this next one is somewhat up-tempo. It's called Sticky Sweet. Instrumentation. The guitars will really energize you with the rock and riffs, but you can also hear the drums in the background. I really like the solo in this one too. I should also probably not describe the lyrics in this song, but this was another good song on the album. Now this next one is also somewhat up-tempo. It's called She Goes Down. Instrumentation. The main focus is on the very catchy guitar, and it will get you rocking, but you can also hear the drums in the background. For a little bit in the second half, the guitars go quiet and you can really hear the bass. I should also probably not describe the lyrics in this one, but this was another great song on the album. Now this next one starts off slow, but it speeds up a little as time goes on. It's called Don't Go Away Mad, Just Go Away, and it was also released as a single. Instrumentation. The main focus is on the guitars in this one, and they're somewhat soothing, but you can also hear the drums in the background. The solo in this one is really great. This song is actually a breakup song. For the first half, it mentions the good times that were had, but they're drifting apart. He tells her not to get mad, but just to go away. This was another good song on the album. Now the tempo really slows down as we get to the final song on the album, Time for Change. Instrumentation. You can really hear the guitar and piano in this one, and they're also somewhat soothing. But you can also hear the drums in the background, and I really like the solo here too. The theme of this song is changes that you have to go through in life, and it's best to embrace them. This was a great song to end the album with. So what did I like about this album? I really enjoyed this one. The songs were all very well written, in the right order, the instrumentation sounded really good, and so did the vocals. There is nothing I would change about this album. To conclude this, I will definitely recommend Dr. Feelgood, and I know you will enjoy it. Well, that's the end of this review. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up down below, and don't forget to subscribe and share. Until next time, rock on!